Welcome to another vlog in what has been quite a mad couple of weeks as we continue travelling through Morocco. We've certainly had a lot of fun, but it has for sure been at times quite challenging. To start with, things seemed relatively normal as we headed together up into the mountains, just along the coast from Tagazout. The weather throughout February has been absolutely incredible, very blessed. The group now included David and Evalina, who had travelled down from Lithuania.
It's a beautiful drive up, but we are trying to find the location of our friend who's ahead of us. So at the minute, yeah, it's just a case of trying to work it all out as we go.
There was some debate whether or not we'd stay here in this spot, as the track ahead was a bit dodgy. We all decided anyhow to give it a go, as one of the guys had already made it up there. After a multitude of days parked up by the ocean, it was quite a nice break coming up into the mountains.
Oh mate, it's absolutely unbelievable drive up the mountains here. We're not too far away from Al Ried. We're a bit further on from more or less Tagazout area, a bit further up.
Logistically, it did take us a while to work out exactly where our friend was parked up, but we managed in the end to find a route that was suitable for us all. Here we are arriving at the small village of Azazul, where we were warmly welcomed by the locals. We came to a stop here at this spot, as we weren't sure if the bigger trucks would get through this point. It turned out to be, however, no problem whatsoever.
Right, bro, that was easy, man. Where's the challenge? I thought there was supposed to be a challenge here.
That's the tree power, you know.
And so we all arrived safely, just in time to catch a beautiful sunset. Our focus now collectively shifted to setting up camp for the night. One thing that for me is super important is finding somewhere flat. We all enjoyed a beautiful evening sitting around the campfire, listening to music and sharing stories of our recent travels.
Just getting up now, isn't it? Just sort of tidying up camp. We're going to head to Agadir. We're going to go get some stuff sorted on the vans and go and see the mechanic. I've got a couple of parts that they just brought over from Spain, so I'm going to get them changed.
As we left camp the following morning, this fella mistook my wave as an invitation to jump in as he was trying to hitchhike a ride into town. Overcoming my fear of picking up hitchhikers was good. From now I'll stick to just one fella that I can keep an eye on. We came back to Tifnit to show the guys here exactly what we needed to do on both vans. Elias had some problems with one of his front axles, so we needed to make a plan on how to attack this. We'd arranged over the weekend to have a meet up with all the VW T25s in the area, back at Devil's Rock, Tamarat. For anyone interested, we've set up a WhatsApp group for T3 owners to share information and knowledge. Surprisingly, it's quite difficult to get parts for this model over in Morocco. For anyone planning on coming over to Morocco via Spain in the coming months, please get in touch on Instagram. We were also joined by this local T3 owner who can be seen here installing some new curtains. News was spreading with the upcoming plans to destroy all of these restaurants along the coast of Tifnit. Throughout February, a multitude of buildings have been destroyed all along the coast. It's quite likely that very soon all of these free camping spots will be replaced by more modern buildings and restaurants. All the more reason for us to enjoy these moments, parking freely along the beach. I'd organised for David and Evalina to have a surf lesson with one of the locals who I'd met out here. The guys were super happy after a couple of sessions in the water. We headed back into Agadir on the Monday, but it turned out that the guys were super busy in the garage and told us to return on the Tuesday. And so instead of hanging around in the city, we decided to try and find a decent surf spot just outside Agadir. The nearest point on the map we could see where there was ocean was a place called Sidi Toll. If you look on Google Maps, it shows quite a lot of different buildings and houses. Once again, all completely knocked down in February.
Adventure, man!
Evidence of the destruction can clearly be seen here. Having spoken to a lot of locals about it all seems to be related to the upcoming World Cup. Don't be surprised to see big hotels popping up in these areas.
This spot here looks alright, but it's a very small area where effectively you could get
in and out without rocks. So we're going to swerve surfing here. City Trout, I think this is called, this place. Yeah, it looks alright, but it's just the rocks. Look, it's just only from here to there. So seeing as the surf was no good, we decided to drive further along the coast, following this road which seemed to be okay from first glance. The only trouble I had was once I got going, I was reluctant to stop in risk of getting stuck. From this point, the track deteriorated rapidly. Yeah, that was not the cleverest thing I've done. Basically, as I started following this road, I couldn't stop, and the more effectively I tried to think about stopping, turning around, the worse the road got. Completely stuck. Yeah, that wasn't clever. But what are you going to do though? Once I got going with the road, it's yeah man, it's difficult, very difficult. Once I got moving with it, yeah, things just got worse and worse, deeper and deeper. Also stuck. Anyway, here we go. As I started to look at a way out, I could see just how deeply I was embedded in the sand. Fortunately enough, I'd gotten stuck just a stone's throw away from a soldier's outpost. Luckily, the guys here were really helpful, offering assistance and sharing with me internet to contact my friend. I've just had the funniest 10 minutes because I'm completely stuck, and I've just looked up and I'm trying to explain to my mate. Trying to explain to my mate on the on the WhatsApp, don't keep coming down the road because you're going to get stuck. And then I've just literally seen him in the distance getting stuck. And so I came and met Elias, who was also stuck in the sand, albeit not as bad. But like a little bit. You're just a little bit. You're a little bit stuck. I'm fully stuck. We wanted an adventure, bro. We wanted an adventure, now we have it.
Oh yeah.
Quite simply put, once I got going on this road, I thought, can't stop. There's nowhere to stop. It was just, I mean, look at this sand. This is thick. It's thick here, but then look, this is how the road started off. It was more like this, you know, which is fine. You know, yeah, effectively I thought, I can't stop. I've got to just keep going. But unfortunately, I took the wrong turn here, and I've ended up trying to effectively go up a part that is just, I mean, yeah, really thick, deep sand. To come back here, look, along here. To come back along here. The thing I can think of to do is if I can somehow get out, to come back around in a loop, and then come back along here. This is thick as well, here. It's going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard to get out of this without, I don't know. My initial reaction was just funny. Couldn't stop laughing, but now I'm like, oh, yeah, it's funny. Initially, you know, thought it's a little bit dodge pot. The sand here was actually so deep that the engine and exhaust was sat directly on the floor. This left us no option but to start digging our way out. So we got out of there, that little bit. We've got these. One. So it's been 2 hours. Time stands still. So we've dug it out. Mate is coming with a 4x4. Hopefully he can help. The funny side has slowly been wearing down as we've been grafted away. At this point, the soldiers had gotten changed into their civilian clothes and came over to help. One of the guys immediately gave us a little technique, which was very simple but effective, only taking a small amount of sand away and going back very slowly. And with that, 3 hours after being stuck in the sand, we were back on the move. But just to be sure of any potential reoccurrence, matey insisted on driving the van out of the most problematic spot. Needless to say, these guys had some experience with these kind of problems. This was the clip I got hanging out the side door as matey tackled the sand. When we eventually arrived back at Elias's van, I gave this fella a massive hug and thank you for his help. It just cements the further point that there are beautiful people in all walks of life.
Wow, that was so hard work. Now we've got to get this bad boy out as well.
We flagged down this guy driving through with his Wrangler and set up a tow rope to get Elias out as well. Just needed to work out the best possible way to do that. To begin with, we tried to just pull him out and turn in the same motion, but this proved to be too much, as the weight of the Mercedes was just too great. In addition also, we later found that the tow bar of the Mercedes was dug right into the sand, acting as an anchor. This initial plan worked for a metre or so, before the Wrangler started to spin out as well. A big thank you to this fella, whoever he was, who came out in the right moment to help. We stopped and started at it for a while, before matey decided to change tact and pull him out at a different angle. Once he'd found that harder ground, the whole process was a lot easier. As soon as I see him back on the move, I quickly ran over to my van to make sure that I weren't left behind. After all, from this point, there was still some really difficult terrain to overcome. Certainly an eye-opening experience, to say the very least.
Okay guys, so we're back out. We both are out the sand. Don't go that way. Okay. My advice. This way is no go south. This one, no. You done it. Thank you. Shukran B'zef.
David and Evalina had come to meet us at this point, waiting patiently for us to get our way out. And just like that, the nightmare was over.
Thanks for watching this video, guys. Honestly, it's been mad. Like, what started to be such an amazing 4 or 5 days is just ended in this disastrous few hours. But to be fair, it gives so much perspective. I feel super energized and grateful. You just don't sort of, I don't know, it's only when things go wrong that you appreciate when things are going right. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, thanks very much for watching this video, continuing to support the channel. Obviously subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, like the video, leave a comment what you think of the video and what you think of a pair of plums we are getting stuck. Ciao.
As we continue to negotiate our way through this amazing country, the challenges of life on the road become more and more apparent. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more adventures in the coming weeks.